Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a closer look, diving into the world of luxury watches, specifically the Cartier Ballon Bleu.
Mm-hmm. An interesting one.
It really is, because our sources, they set up this fascinating puzzle. They talk about the Ballon Bleu as an alternative to the iconic Cartier Crash.
Which is a big statement.
Exactly. It even asks, kind of provocatively, is it cheating for Cartier to offer an alternative to its own super famous design? I mean, what do you make of that question?
Well, cheating is strong, isn't it? But it highlights a really interesting strategy. There's definitely something more going on there.
Right. It's a puzzle, and we've got some great material to unpack it. So thinking
Yeah.
about it as an alternative to the Crash, what's the very first thing that, jumps out?
Oh, easily the price. I mean, straight away, the sources highlight that the Ballon Bleu is, and they use the phrase, remarkably less expensive than the Crash.
Remarkably less. So a significant difference.
Huge. And that immediately tells you something, right? It signals a deliberate move, a strategy perhaps, to reach a different part of the luxury market.
Okay, so broadening the appeal, maybe.
Exactly. Without, and this is key, without messing with the super exclusive, almost mythical status of the Crash itself. It's smart internal differentiation, really.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not trying to be the Crash, but something else within Cartier. But it still needs that Cartier feel, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Our sources mention something about the designer's endless quest for asymmetry, and that this influenced picking the Ballon Bleu over, say, the Bain Noir, which is interesting considering how incredibly asymmetric the Crash is.
Right, that's a really important point. The Crash, I mean, for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's that famous, distorted, almost melted-looking watch. It's wild.
Totally unique. Dali-esque, as you said.
Yeah, audacious. But the Ballon Bleu achieves its asymmetry in a much, much quieter way, more subtle. The sources say they looked at the Bain Noir, that classic Cartier oval shape.
Right, the elegant one.
But landed on the Ballon Bleu specifically because of its unique, subtle take on asymmetry, not the overt statement of the Crash.
Okay, so how does it do that, achieve that subtlety? Because looking at it, it's not immediately obvious like the Crash.
No, it's definitely not. It's in the fine points. You've got that really distinctive cabochon ballooned in the case.
Ah, the blue crown.
Exactly, the blue sapphire crown. But it's not just stuck on the side. It's sort of nestled into a curve in the case itself, almost like a bubble or, yeah, a balloon.
Okay, I see that. That creates a unique curve.
It does. And then you also have these convex details on the dial and case itself. Everything's sort of softly rounded, giving it this gentle, three-dimensional quality. It's not audaciously asymmetrical, no, but these little quirks make it stand out.
While still being clearly Cartier.
Precisely.
And it has those other markers, right? The quintessential Cartier details, like the Roman numerals. You can't miss those.
Definitely. The Roman numerals are classic Cartier.
Yeah.
And the specific model our sources focus on, the no-date large model, it's 33 millimeter across.
And the movement inside.
It's powered by the automatic caliber 1853 MC. So, it confirms they're not cutting corners on the engineering, even at this more accessible level.
It's a proper automatic movement.
Yeah, robust, in-house. It delivers that Cartier quality.
Okay, and let's circle back to the price. Our sources mention it's currently around $6,200, and they position that as being on the lower end of the price range within the context of the alternatives they were looking at, which really does highlight that strategic point we were making earlier, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It fits perfectly.
Oh, and just a small detail, the name. People might see Cartier Ballon Bleu or Ballon Bleu de Cartier. Both are correct, right?
Yep, interchangeable. Both used.
So looking at all this dive into the Ballon Bleu, it really does give you some, surprising insights into how a brand like Cartier works internally.
It really does. How they handle design, evolution, value, different customer segments, all within their own house. It's definitely not cheating to offer an alternative. It's sophisticated.
It's strategy.
Exactly. By creating something with subtle quirks, that recognizable Cartier DNA, but at a more reachable price, they expand their world. They bring more people in without diminishing icons like the Crash. It shows a real understanding of the market.
It's quite fascinating how they innovate within their own history, really, without diluting the heavy hitters.
Indeed. And it leaves us, and you listening, with a thought, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, when you see how Cartier positions the Ballon Bleu, its subtle design, its price as an internal alternative to an icon, what does that tell us about how luxury and value might be changing today?
That's a good question. And maybe how can other big heritage brands keep innovating like that? within their own story without losing what makes them special.
Something to think about.
Definitely something to ponder as you go about your day.